Morning, beloveds. I felt drawn to share a few words on communication through the heart space, through the heart gateway, the heart portal. Lots of you already do this. I know that. I know plenty of you already do that. But for those of you that don't, then I encourage you to try this beautiful way of communication. It will really open up your fields of opportunities, possibilities, joyfulness. It's a lovely way to communicate with other realms, with the kingdoms, the natural kingdoms, the dog kingdom, the animal kingdoms, plant kingdoms, tree kingdoms, mineral kingdoms, all of the kingdoms, the elementals, the angels, the galactics, all beings you wish to communicate with. And the first thing that I must say is that you, before you enter anything, is you are, as you're opening up for a communication, you want to consider how you are feeling at that now moment, because you wouldn't go round to somebody's house when they've invited you round for, a nice meal or a cup of tea or something, and have not, had a wash, freshened up, make yourself feel nice, and made sure you're wearing clean clothes and that sort of thing. You wouldn't do that. Well, generally you wouldn't do that. So that's looking at the superficial, okay? That's the external. So I want to talk about how you're feeling inside. So if you're feeling really sort of like grr inside, then the first thing you want to do is just to transform that. You want to clean your energy first. And you can either do that physically, because that helps you to clear it internally. So like pat yourself down, clear your energies. This would need another video on its own. Qigong exercises, brilliant for this. But it's intentional. Everything is intentional. When you apply attention, then you are powerful, and you're powerfully creating, rather than just going through the motions and creating anyway, but stuff that maybe isn't useful to you and your life stream. So first of all, make sure you've done the housework before you enter your conversations, your communications, your connections with whoever you wish to communicate with. And what I do is I place my hands on my heart, and then I feel my heart expanding. I also make sure I'm fully grounded. There's techniques for doing this. This is another thing that would maybe be another video, because there are different ways of grounding yourself. The most known one is imagining your roots going deep down into the earth below. That's probably the most well-known one, but there are loads of others. So imagine yourself fully grounded, connected, supported, and just feel relaxed in your entire body, in your hips, your bones, and throughout your whole nervous system. Breathe nicely, and then just place your hands on your heart, close your eyes. I find closing my eyes always assists me, always assists me. And then just feel your heart. Feel your beautiful heart, and feel it expanding, and it warm and glowing and loving, and send love to it. Smile into your heart space, smile into it. I find the inner smile is very powerful at helping the heart to expand. And this is why our pets, our animals, our animal friends are so good at helping our hearts to expand, because we just look at them and go, oh, gorgeous. So just place your hand over your heart, feel it expanding, breathing with it, allowing it to open more and more and more. And then once you're in that space where you can feel it nice and warm and beautiful, like a beautiful pool of joy, like a pool of joy, then open up your communication. communicate directly to whoever it is that you wish to communicate, and be intentional. Use discernment. Be intentional. Not everybody that comes through you might want to talk to. Be intentional before you go into it. Say who you wish to talk to, or at least say which group of beings you wish to talk to. And if you get something that doesn't feel right, then say, you must please tell me who you are. And if you don't want to talk to them, you don't have to talk to anybody. You know, this is, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. But the reason why we do this is because it can be really helpful. So I feel called to share this. Like last night, Lanto got lost in the field, and I pulled out my crystal. I have crystal in my pocket, and it's very good for amplifying anything that I want to do in any given moment. And I've called my crystal Paloma Powers, and I said, and I called out for the galactics, because they have a high perspective on things and they are interested, and I've got a good communication with them going. So I said, galactics, please assist me, help me to see where Lanto is right now. And with my crystal held up, and then suddenly I could see his head in amongst all of the barley, just the tiniest little bit, and I knew exactly which way then he was moving, because, you know, he's in the middle of the field and I'm wearing a skirt, and I'm thinking I don't really want to walk in the middle of the field to go and look for him, not to mention I don't want to hurt the crop. So you know, this is just an example that I wanted to share, but the possibilities are really endless through the heart. It's a much more expansive way of communicating, less linear. You can communicate through time and space. You can communicate with literally anybody, but you know, you must also be using your discernment, using your intention, and step into it in a place of love. You don't go into a communication groggy. So, you know, you do your housework first. Make sure that you're clean inside your mind. You know, you cleanse yourself down. You come into it in a state of love and looking for highest possibilities. Then you expand your heart after you've done your grounding exercises, and then you place your intention and say clearly who you wish to communicate with, and you have your communication, and then you say thank you because you're polite, and then afterwards you just place your hand on your heart and feel gratitude and appreciation, and then just carry on about your day. You know, life is beautiful. There are so many possibilities to life, and you can communicate with anything or anything. You know, you can communicate with the tree, you can communicate with the sky, you can communicate with the sun, you can communicate with a blade of grass, you can communicate with anything. We're all connected, we're all part of the one. But you can communicate with any being you wish to, any kingdom, the elemental, anything, angels, anything. But you do have to be of a certain frequency to communicate with really higher realms. So if you are still in a very low frequency, and you are not actively clearing up your vibration, then you're not going to just be able to instantly communicate with really higher realms, because that just won't be a match for you at this time. But it doesn't mean that it's out of the way for you forever. Of course you can communicate with whoever you wish. You just have to do the inner work, keep working on yourself, and hey, this is a beautiful way to live life, I feel, anyway. So I wish you all a beautiful day. God bless you all. Peace and love.